The economy. What happened this week? Inflation, optimism, retail sales, recession fears, and manufacturing gave us data to consider where this wild ride we're on is going. Let's take a look. Before we begin, remember to like this video and subscribe for more economic updates. Perhaps no data released this week grabbed more headlines than the announcement of the Consumer Price Index for July. On Wednesday, the Labor Department revealed that CPI, the nation's most prominent inflation measure, came in below 3% year over year for the first time in more than 3 years. Consumer prices rose 2.9% in July, down 0.1 of a point from the June rate and landing where economists had projected. Month over month, CPI rose 0.2 of a point, which also was in line with projections. Core CPI, which excludes food and gas prices, also rose 0.2 of a point on the month and climbed 3.2% on an annual basis. The annual rate was 0.1 of a point slower than in June and is now at its lowest level since April 2021. On Tuesday, the Labor Department reported that prices at the wholesale level slowed as well. According to the data, the Producer Price Index rose 0.1 of a point in July, slower than the 0.2 increase posted in June, as well as the 0.2 increase projected by economists. The big slowdown came in the annual rate. Year-over-year headline PPI decelerated to 2.2% last month from an upwardly revised 2.7% in June. Core PPI was flat for the month, and that helped bring down the annual gain significantly to 2.4% from 3% in June. Together, the data from both the CPI and PPI readings for July increased the likelihood that the Federal Reserve will begin reducing interest rates at its September policy meeting. Right now, traders say there's a 70% probability the central bank will cut rates by 25 basis points and a 30% chance it will cut by 50 basis points. Also on Tuesday, the National Federation of Independent Business announced that its Small Business Optimism Index rose 2.2 points in July to land at 93.7. Not only is that 2 points higher than the consensus estimate, it's the highest reading for the metric since February 2022. Despite the increase, this marks the 31st consecutive month the index has come in below its long-term average of 98. According to the report, inflation remains the biggest issue for small business owners, with 25% saying it represents the single most important problem they have in running their operations. In other news this week, retail sales came in much stronger than expected last month, providing some pushback against a recent narrative suggesting recession might be looming. On Thursday, the Commerce Department reported that sales at U.S. retailers rose by a full percentage point in July. That's significantly higher than both the 0.3 of a point gain projected by economists and the downwardly revised 0.2 of a point decline posted in June. Excluding automobiles, retail sales rose 0.4 of a point in July, which also is a good deal higher than the 0.1 of a point increase economists were expecting. On Thursday, the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia reported that its manufacturing index, which assesses the outlook for business conditions in the nation's mid-Atlantic region, sank like a stone in August. The metric tumbled to negative 7.0 this month from a positive 13.9 in July. That's a wrap for now. It certainly has been a bumpy ride. Take a break from the news and catch us back on Monday when we'll tell you what's happening next. This is Devlyn Steele for Augusta Precious Metals signing out.